Hello again, everyone. I'm Michael Price, the founder of MarketUS. We've been helping companies succeed in the government marketplace with VA and GSA contracts for over 33 years. Please visit our YouTube channel and don't forget to click the subscribe button and the bell so you don't miss any of our upcoming videos. Thanks for watching. Okay, let's just go through this very quickly, folks. And we've all seen the agenda. Anyway, as I said before, parts and product management has been a pain for many, many years. And the largest public procurement knowledge base is GSA Advantage, over 70 million SKUs. And it is the tool. They have a much more enhanced tool than we have. Spent a lot of money to get it. GSA uses a tool that's probably 5 or 6 times more in-depth than ours, but we've had very, very good luck and success with our tool because it handles everything except the full commercial market. We could care less about the commercial market, and the reason is because it doesn't matter. In yours and my realm, it doesn't matter because it only matters what we do, and ultimately at the end, GSA say we want the best price. I'll let you read this yourself. The annual sales has kicked up well over 50 billion by now, and as I was saying before, less than 5% of all of those tens of millions, 70 plus million SKUs, are ever bought. They're there because GSA wants them there, because they want a full product offering. Now we're back to where we started the problem in the first place. This is basically Gojo, waterless hand cleaner you see in the garage, your garage or commercial garage or whatever. Here's the same product manufactured by the same manufacturer, sold by 4 different companies listing themselves as the manufacturer, and only 2 of them are the real manufacturer. But look at the price disparity. Anywhere from $15 up to $73 for what? That's absolutely ridiculous. How do you know where you're going to be in pricing? Chances are the $15 that they're selling it for at Office Depot is probably less than what you're paying for it from your distributor. We can talk about that as we get there. What's the solution? We know what the market is. It's huge. Over 70 million SKUs. But what knowledge do you have about the federal buying community? That's why we do a lot of work with Eileen Kent over at the Federal Sales Sherpa, because she does a deep dive even further and pulls other sales information, because this particular tool runs about 30 days behind waiting on the data feed because it's so big, but it's pretty close as far as what was a month ago and what's now. You can also identify new sales opportunities and, well, I missed this one, green compliant products. That's something that just started coming up within the last year or so on the tool was, is it green? This is what a sales analysis report looks like. I know you're squinting and saying, why didn't he make it bigger? Okay, I'll make it bigger. This particular one, what is this? Paper materials, office equipment, by market by classification. And as you see, it says GSA Advantage matches. There's also DoD EMAL, DoD EMAL price report, Advantage price report, and green items, or the NSN matches. But these are just straight matches on Advantage, period. When we move over 2 tabs to the price report, we're going to get to that one here shortly. Well, here we are. You'll be able to blow this up yourself. I didn't want to put it on 4 slides like we did before, so I did it 1. And this is a zoom of the original report, which was smaller. But this one isn't really, this tells you on the right, the high commercial data, your data, which is the second section. This is what your proposed pricing is, which we can play games with that pricing, and the item details. But more importantly, here's another look at the sales analysis. We take that and put it over into a graphic. Not that impressive, I agree. Remember I was telling you about 5% hold? Well, you take the here total of items from all sources. Well, the first thing you would do would be to click the sort icon, and I'm guessing if we go down about Kennard, the slides are available right now. If you go to view and make sure there's a check mark on handouts, download them. If not, there'll be a link in the description for the YouTube video. Thanks for joining us. As you can see, probably in line 43 and 44 are your two top hitters. Well, actually not really. 31 is even higher. So there's another look at the data. Now, those of you that want to become data analysts, you've come to the right place. We can help you there. Remember I told you we're going to show you who rules. Follow the red arrow. These are the top 5 GSA contract holders right now for these products. And what we did with our client in North Carolina, and he was actually on one of the webinars live for a long time, he was also a sponsor many times, was that we were coming around in the number 2, number 3, 4 slot. Finally, he said, that's not enough. There's not that big enough of disparity between number 2 and number 1. He says, I want to be number 1. I want that left column. I want the company all the way down for all of my line items, all 183,000. And I said, well, what do you want me to do? He says, go 1% lower. I said, why don't we start with a penny lower or a dime or a dollar lower or whatever? Let's see what we can do there. So I did the mod, ran the analysis, did the mod. Next thing you know, he picked up an extra $100,000 to $200,000 in sales in the following month just because he was the lowest price for, this is building supply stuff, for building supplies. Suddenly, he's ruling on GSA. So we decided to do another slap. So we lowered our prices again. Again, revenue increased. Profitability still increased because as you sell more with a lot of distributor products, you get better pricing. He was already getting into stock distributor pricing. But this graphic right here is the one that I was referring to earlier. If you notice, it's highlighted right above the arrow, GSA Advantage Price Report. I'm not going to waste your time on the green products and all that other stuff. This is what we call the moneymaker. When you can start playing in either of these 5, but preferably on number 1, as in first, that's where you generate your profitability. Now, that's just for GSA. GSA is usually the lowest price offered to like terms and conditions for any customer. But if you offer your lowest GSA pricing to everybody, you're going to find you're going to end up with a lot more business. And okay, I made $1 on this and I only sold 1 product, but I sold 1 million products and made $1. So now I made $1 million. You got to make it up in the volume. And if you've got the good pricing and you've got the good service and you've got relationship, which really should have been number 1, the relationship, you will make money. You will save the government money. You will create fantastic customers. Any questions? I've got a few of them here that mainly about the slides, and we already know where to get those, and we can move on from there. We can see the screen. Oh, yeah, got that. Okay. Hopefully that answered your question, Kennard. And any questions based on what we've done on our restart? That's only the second time, and I can't remember how many years I've had to do a restart. But that's okay. That's why they make video editing software. Yes, it will be available on YouTube later today. And I need a couple good questions. Give me something hard, folks. All right, let me ask you a question. How many of you now have any kind of a government contract? I'm not just GSA, it could be VA, could be anything. By the way, this tool works with VA also. Any kind of contract. Vince said, let me see what Vince got to say here. I missed a few minutes. I may have missed. Hold it. Let me find you here again, Vince. Gotcha. The tool we're discussing is being able to take your product listing, let's just say your Excel spreadsheet of 50, 100, 200, a million products, and be able to run an analysis on it to see where you are in comparison to GSA, DOD, national stock numbers, the whole routine. And it's something we've been using. Actually, GSA uses it. And we've been using it for, well, at least 4 years that I can remember right now. And it works fantastic. Patrick, you just swerved right into the worst lane you could have swerved into, my friend. Lucky for you, we don't discuss last names. So let me see something here. I got to expand this window so we can see what's going on here, because this is an excellent question and I want to spend as much time as I can on it. We typically operate at the subcontractor level and use intermediaries to sell our parts to the U.S. I guess that's U.S. government. Absolutely the wrong way to do it, Patrick. I've been doing this 33 years. The worst thing you can do is subcontract because, well, if you're just starting out, it's the only thing you can do, just to let you know. I mean, there's my disclaimer. Let's say that you've been doing this for 5 years and all of a sudden the prime contractors and the intermediaries, or for whatever reason, want to change the rules of the game. Now, I can already guarantee you, whatever you're selling, you're giving up at a minimum 15 to 30% in profit just so that they can pass it through, because they have a contract vehicle that people can place orders against. Not bidding, place orders against. What happens when you lose that relationship? Suddenly, you're left without a subcontract ability, which, number one, as a subcontractor, you can't even call on the customer. It's illegal. It's not your contract. You can call on them, but they're not going to talk to you. Just like if I call anybody here who has a GSA contract and I call your contracting officer, they won't talk to me. I'm not authorized. So all of a sudden you say, wait a minute, that guy from Florida told me all about getting my own contract. So I'm going to go get my own contract. Now, my product that I've been selling all my life for $100 a piece, hypothetically, and I've been selling it to the resellers or the prime contractors for anywhere from, $80 on down to $70. And now I can go back to the government and I can get $100. No, you can't. Not going to happen. Because your lowest price you've charged was 80 or 70, 85, whatever it is, pick a number. You will never see 100 again. Which ball field do you want to play on? Do you want to play on the $100 one or the, oh my goodness, I made a mistake ball field and now I'm left out in the cold and I've got to give that same price that I gave to the prime contractor to GSA? Well, why would I do that? GSA says if you are happy selling it to them for that, you can be just as happy selling it to us. How do you get the analysis tool? You got to spend thousands of dollars, John, to develop it. We already have it. We offer it as a service. Will Bloomberg develop a tool for a labor burden and profit calculator? I have no idea. I would imagine anybody can probably develop a tool, but here's the kicker. The tool we have has a direct data feed from GSA Advantage. So that pipe is open for 6 million products based on what we provided in the template spreadsheet to bring back only those items and variations thereof to give us the price analysis. And John goes right to the bottom line, John. So how much is it? It's a two-part question. We offer the service, and based on whoever the manufacturers are, some manufacturers are, 1 million line items. I've seen them, APC, the people that make power supplies, at one point at 340,000. How can you have that many line items? 340,000 on one line item for battery backups. Don't ask me how, but they did. If we do it at one time, it normally runs $1,500 to run the full analysis and produce the color-coded report for you. We'll probably come out with we've been doing it for over 4 years now, and 1,500 seems to be pretty reasonable. But how many times you want to do it? Our client in North Carolina was doing it every month, so obviously his price was a lot less. It's the labor involved in getting everything formatted to submit it to the engine to let it go out and do its search and do its thing. So we can get the price way down for you depending upon how much, how many, and how often. So hopefully, John, that answers your question. Patrick, I know you're probably scratching your head wondering, is this guy real with this answer? Yes, it's pretty much, it works that way. So it's one of those things where, it's just be very, very careful when you go into a subcontracting arrangement. All right, I'm just popping through them here. And Tarek, did you get your PDF to open? You'll be able to download it from YouTube when the time comes. Let me see. Where is it here? Someone said we need to talk offline. Who was that? Whoever it is, let me give you the next slide so that way you know what you're dealing with. All right. Contact info for anybody that needs it. Plus, you can also always get us off the website. That little mouse at the bottom. Let me see, get rid of this one, that one. You're sneaky. I pulled up the slides to follow. You pulled up the slides so you could get ahead. You knew what was coming before it came. That's pretty sneaky. I like that. Nobody's ever done that before. Kudos to you. I'm getting rid of stuff right and left. What do we got here now? Left up over. Yeah, Patrick, give me a call. Give me about 15 minutes to get a glass of water and get everything, all the noisy stuff turned back on. So, all right, what do we got here? That one. I wasn't, Kennard, I wasn't familiar that Bloomberg was in that game, but I guarantee you Bloomberg does not have access to the data feed for GSA Advantage. And that's be interesting. I mean, before I finally ended up writing the check, it took me forever I looked everywhere, and I pretty much know the back end of GSA pretty well, and I couldn't get it. So I even did a FOIA they laughed. They didn't even bother responding. So please check out the YouTube channel and get some of the other videos, especially the one where we actually originally talked about the analysis tool. And this one is the updated one, the most current information that we've got. And coming soon is going to be, it'll be in January as soon as we start the phase 2 of the GSA schedule consolidation. Just real quick, how many of you actually have a GSA contract? Let me know in the questions panel. Okay, lucky for you, Lisa, I don't announce last names. I think we do. You know, I'm kind of crazy when it comes to smart answers, and I'll leave that one alone. Sean, very good. Hopefully it's working out for you. Lisa, we need to talk after, so you can find out whether you really do or not, because if you don't and you think you do, you may, you're new with the company. That's the first thing they're supposed to tell you. We do or we don't have a government, that doesn't have to be GSA, a government contract, so you don't, if hopefully you're in sales and making bonus money and all that, so you don't make a mistake and violate the price reduction clause. At that point, you got a problem. It may have expired. Well, that means it was 5 years old. If it was terminated for lack of sales, you're now in what's called the 1-year waiting period before you can reapply. Julia, you're pretty much rocking over there in your company. And Sean, I look forward to having a discussion with you. Anybody else want to venture in? If not, we're going to do the formal close. I thank you all for joining us today. Many other places you could have been, like lunch, or if you're further south than we are, where it's only 63 degrees, you could be playing golf. So from that aspect, we thank you for your time. We definitely look forward to seeing you again. And those of you who did not get the slides, you'll be able to pick them up off the link on YouTube. I'll have them published hopefully later today. Thank you again for your time, and we look forward to working with you soon. We hope you enjoyed today's broadcast. If you did, please consider giving us a like, and don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell so you don't miss any of our upcoming videos. And as always, thank you for watching.